Hi everyone, Az here. Just come back from the gym, really tired, really tough sesh, put as much as I could in today. About to hit the shower, but before I do, just want to check to see how yesterday's videos got on before I get on today's. Popular YouTubers' accounts banned for playing Pokemon Go. Oh my god! Oh no. You know what this means?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Don't worry, I'm out on bail. The FBI said all that they needed was an actual crime to have been committed and an evidence on top of that. But they said, so, goodness gracious me, Activision. Oh boy. Okay, right. I know we're going to tread some old ground here, folks, but I really have to stress this. This is a company that just sacked nearly 800 people for the sole reason. Don't be bogged down by anything else, the other rhetoric. For the sole reason of being able to boost profits for the shareholder. Because they got to push this year. Because this year they got Jack coming out. They got Call of Duty later in the year. Rumored to be Modern Warfare 4. Because this isn't getting run into the ground either. And that's it. That's it. Blizzard have announced that there's no major titles coming out this year. I don't know if we've had clarification on whether Classic is being classed as a major title or not yet. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody's telling us. Nobody's communicating. Nobody's talking. Classic Activision Blizzard. This is a company that sacked 800 people purely to appease shareholders. Disgusting. While 5 execs last year between them took home $70 million. Really have to stress this, people. You know? Really have to stress this. So this is a company that is run by just unbelievable greedy people. And before any moron, and yes, I will refer to you as a moron, says, but it's a business, Hans. They've got to make a profit. It's a business. Yes, it is a business. And yes, there's nothing wrong with making a profit. The problem with these companies is a little profit or a decent amount of profit isn't enough. They have to have all of it. And they are willing to sacrifice 800 people's jobs so that they can boost profits for their shareholders. So don't come to me and say, but it's a business, it's a profit. Morons. Right, so what have they done now? Well, Activision really only have one viable IP left because they've destroyed all the others. Or they're not doing anything with the IP. Destroyed Tony Hawk. They've destroyed, what's-a-majiggy? Guitar Hero. All that stuff. Run it into the ground. Not doing anything with Spyro. Done nothing with Spyro. Why? Because the likelihood is they can't monetize Spyro. Not done anything with Crash. Why? Because the likelihood is they can't think of a valid way to monetize Crash. Other than, of course, just making a game and releasing it for people to buy. No. We can't do that anymore in the gaming industry. Oh, no. That's off the table. You can't just make a game and then sell it. That's not viable. According to them, that's not viable. That's not going to be enough. Costs are so high. Everything's changed. Oh my goodness me, the sky is falling. However, of course, when they get caught with their hand in the cookie jar as regards to Battlefront 2 and EA, they suddenly turn around and go, yeah, well, actually, removing things like loot box and stuff like that, it's not really going to affect anything, still make a decent money from the actual game itself. So what you're saying is you're full of shit. Gotcha. Because if you just rewind the clock 15 years, that's all we had. People making video games and releasing video games. And everybody was happy. These companies were building themselves up. They wouldn't be here today otherwise. This is the stupidity of it all. All these companies claiming poverty, claiming we need microtransactions, we need monetization, we need all this. They wouldn't be here if they just had the model which they've had for so long, making a game, selling a game. Dear God. But Activision Blizzard, they are the lowest of the low now. They are, well, I think unrepentant is a good word here. They don't need to hide it anymore. They're not bothered about hiding it. They're not bothered about trying to put a spin on it. They're not bothered about sugarcoating. It's just all out greed. And with the way that they talk in their earnings calls, the way that we are just the gamer spoken about as if we are just such trash to be milked. Oh yes, well, we're looking at these opportunity routes where we can add extra monetization options to our models by going into this demographic. And it's just like, but I did a video on this once. I did a video about when you dehumanize your customer base, you don't have to think of them as people anymore. You don't have to think of them as people. Once you've removed that humane aspect, and these people aren't humane, these people are animals. Bobby Kotick is an absolute piece of filth. He's an animal. He's a person that is quite willing to sack 800 people, pocket tens of millions just for the year. Never mind the hundreds of millions that he actually has. Tens of millions for that year, and the other execs, and give 15 million sign-on bonuses to returning CFOs just to appease the shareholders. Excuse me for the rant, but I'm just sick and tired of this filth industry. I really am. I've had such a good time recently playing Resident Evil 2. Now, they said there was going to be a microtransaction store, and I haven't seen it yet. And so far, I've just loved the game, and they've added free DLC. So far, great. Thank you very much. And I think, maybe there is, I don't know, but I've not even seen it. I've not even had any notion to go to it. Just somebody making a game, releasing a game, but, whatever. So, what is Activision's next piece of filth? Well, I'm just... the reason why I'm pausing and hesitating here is because the last thing you really want is the government to get involved in the gaming industry. That's really the last thing that you want. You want them to self-regulate, and you want them to do it in a fair manner. But the simple fact is they're not. They're not. They have just gone beyond the crest of greed. And I don't think they know how to turn back. And I don't think they want to turn back either. And I think Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is a prime example of where I think maybe, I'm going to say that horrible thing, maybe it's time for the government to step in. Or even the law to step in. Some legislation, because this game is now turning into the most exploitative piece of crap out there. When Call of Duty Black Ops 4 released, you, of course, have to pay for the game. AAA, full price, pay for the game. When it released, there was 0 microtransactions in it. And they kept coy on that. No word about that. And then, once it was released, once all the reviews are in, once the bulk of their sales have been done, because the bulk of your sales is going to be within the first couple of weeks, then they slipped in the microtransactions. Then they started slipping in the other stuff. So you've paid full price for this game. Then they've added the microtransactions. Then they added the season pass. Then they added the battle pass. And now they've added loot boxes in yesterday's update, in their new thing which has come out. They're calling them whatever they're calling them. Doesn't matter. They are loot boxes. And you can earn them in game. And before any moron again says, yeah, but you can earn them in game. Yeah, do you know what? You can also fucking buy them. You can also buy them. And the whole point is when you put things like this in, it's not, the company doesn't go, oh, we're just going to put them in. But, you know, we really hope that there's no need for you to do so. Oh, piss off. You're ignorant and stupid if you think that. If they put them in, they're pushing you to them. They want you to go to them. So they will make the grind. And when you do the grind, which is becoming video games current date, current year, current millennium, then the game becomes less fun. Because the grind is there to push you to the loot boxes. So you've paid for the game, there's microtransactions, season pass, battle pass, loot boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 revenue streams there. And when it released, zip, zilch, nada. This feels as if it should be illegal. It really should. A company, I believe, needs and should absolutely disclose at launch every piece of monetization that it plans to do. Remember, I'll give you another example. Remember when the Division, Ubisoft and Division promised never to put loot boxes in the Division? Oh, a year later. Promise broken. Who cares? It's just a promise to the gamers. The gamers don't matter. We're just scum. We're just scum. We're just cattle to be milked. Doesn't matter. Integrity doesn't matter. How much can I buy with integrity? Nothing. How much can I buy with money? Loads. So when you're releasing a game and there's no monetization in apart from the price, the cost of the actual game itself, and then you purposely make sure that the reviews come in, and then you purposely make sure that the bulk of your sales are done in that time, and then you add microtransactions, battle pass, season pass, loot boxes, and of course the purchase of the game. 5 different monetization schemes. So it dropped on the PlayStation 4 yesterday. Next week it drops for the Xbox and PC. It's the only game that they have left. It's the only franchise that Activision have left because they've destroyed all the others. And it's getting absolutely... yeah. COD players, honest to God, I'm not having to go at you here. Because, you know, if you love a game, you love a game. I understand that. But how can you... I'm wasting my time. No point. So yeah, this greed is just, it's greed overload. It's just greed overload. They can't help themselves. So, well done, Bobby. I won't spit on you if you're on fire. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links, they're in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.